Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of JC Builds. Sorry we've been on a little hiatus lately. I've added a new addition to the family. On August 17th, I had a little baby boy. His name is Jack Andrew. He was born 7 pounds, 5 ounces at 22 inches long. Super excited to go on this new adventure with my new family, and he's definitely going to be in a lot of videos in the future. Can't wait to get him out here in the workshop helping me out. The way this business is going, I'm going to end up needing some free child labor. So, who's better to ask than my son? A couple weeks ago, I made a flag and sent it out to my buddy Josh over at Black Diamonds Guns and Gears. Unfortunately, it arrived destroyed. So today, we're going to make a new one and we're going to send it out to him. During today's build, we're going to go over a quick overview on programming your CNC to make a custom flag. So let's dive in. So when making these custom flags, the first thing that we're going to need is a JPEG image of what we're going to put on the Union. So we had our buddies over at Black Diamond Guns and Gear. They sent us the JPEG image of their logo. We're going to pull that up. So this is their logo that they want to have on their Union. So the next step that we need to do is we need to convert this image to an SVG file. So we're going to minus this down. We're going to go online and we're going to Google a vectorizer of some sort. And we're going to upload our image. We're going to import their logo and then we're going to download it. Alright, now that we have that downloaded, we're going to slide this over to the side where we can grab it. Alright, so the program that I use for my Shapeoko XL is Carbide Create. It's a free program that comes with the Shapeoko, and I haven't used anything else, so this is what I know the best. So we're going to open up a new file, and we're going to take our measurements for the Union, and we're going to set up our job. So we're going to open a new file, we're going to go to Job Setup, and we're going to take the measurements for the Union, and we're going to apply them. So 14 by 10.5. Alright. Thickness. Alright. So now we have our job set up. What we want to do now is we want to import some stars to get the base started. I already have stars programmed for it in the SVG file. So when working with this program, the only thing that it will use is SVG files when you import them for an image. So whatever you do find, you're always going to need to convert it. So we want to resize it to the same size as our Union and click apply. What's cool about this program is that you can center the entire image to the project to make sure that your stars are directly in the middle. Alright, cool. Now we have our stars in position. We're going to add the custom logo. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to center this logo in the middle of our project, and we want to figure if that's a good size or not. I think it would probably look better if we made it a little larger. So what we're going to do is we're going to resize it a little bit bigger. Alright, cool. So now what we want to do is we want to take the stars that are underneath it and we want to remove those so that we have an untouched image that looks good and makes everything flow together. So we're going to start deleting stars where the image is. There's really no science to this part. It's just what you think looks best in the end. I personally like to try and keep as many stars as possible because it is an American flag after all. Whatever you do to one side of the image, make sure you do it to the other so everything's symmetrical. Alright, so it's coming along. So what we want to do now is we want to click on our image. And we'll do a further review and real in-depth on making your own custom logos for these flags. Alright, so we want to put an outline on our image, and then we're going to add this image and add the stars all together, and there's an option where that'll delete what we want to get rid of. Alright, awesome. So now once we have the image the way we want, what we're going to do is we're going to highlight everything, and we're going to start making our toolpaths. So I like to do all of the stars first, because I like to keep all the stars grouped together. For this build, we're going to use a 1mm end mill, and we'll link that in the description below. I think that these are pretty good because you don't need to plane your surface ahead of time, and everything will be pretty equal. It's pretty easy for beginners. Awesome, so now once we have all our toolpaths, we can go ahead and we can look at our simulation to see if it's what we want. And looking at everything looks pretty good. What we're going to do now is we're going to go over to our CNC and we're going to start carving. Now we're going to head over to our CNC and we're going to grab our clamps. Once we have our clamps, we're going to grab our project, put it on the board, and clamp it down. Next up, we're going to turn our machine on, we're going to load our file in. Then we're going to zero it all out. Now we're going to zero the Z-axis. The Z-axis is the up and down motion of the spindle, and right now we're going to tell the machine where the surface of the project is. I like to keep my bits a paper's width apart from the project surface. Now we're going to zero the bit for the Y and the X axis. We're going to bring the spindle down to the edge of the project. We're going to zero the Y, then we're going to slide it all the way to the left and zero for the X. Once you have your project zeroed, we're going to confirm that we have the correct bit, and then we're going to click start. We will have a separate video for the proper speeds and feeds for the CNC bits that we use. As you guys can see, it's pretty simple to convert those images to what you need. Set your Shapeoko up to carve out a pretty awesome custom flag. In the future, we're going to do an in-depth review of the Shapeoko and what I find to be the pros and the cons. We're also going to dive into further explanation of how you can customize your stuff and convert images and so forth. So I'm going to send this flag out to Josh over at Black Diamonds Guns and Gears tomorrow. Go check out their channel. They got a ton of great stuff. You're really going to like it. They do a lot of gun reviews, a lot of other things. You're going to really love it. I love it. Cameraman Tim loves it. Go check it out. Thanks for watching this episode of JC Builds. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. Let us know what you guys thought of the video, and we'll see you next time.